I think when you're looking at potential market caps, you have to look at the narratives. Everyone's talking about the narratives, etc. So when we're looking at the 2017 bull market, the real narratives were, well, I guess it was still layer ones really. It was layer ones, and peer-to-peer cash to a degree. Bitcoin still having its last, its last. Yeah, it wasn't a solo cycle. So previous to 2017 bull market, Bitcoin had always had solo cycles where it's just Bitcoin being the big daddy. But 2017, the narratives were layer ones and peer-to-peer type stuff. 2021 was a completely different matter because this was all about smart contracts. That was the narrative, smart contracts. And then, sub to that, we had, gaming to a degree. But I mean, crypto gaming is still bullshit. And even back in 2021, it was just Tamagotchi rubbish. Tamagotchi. So that was the narrative. And this next narrative, let's call it the 2025 bull market, like I cannot stress it, is going to be AI. I know it'll still be gaming, yes, it'll still be there. But I think you're missing a massive trick if AI is not the most fundamental part of your portfolio by a country mile. And BitTenter is going to gobble up most of that, absolutely most of that. So if you want to have a little play with the numbers, look at the players that were dominating the layer 1 / P2P in 2017. In 2021, look at the main players in the smart contract, maybe gaming, but really it's just in the smart contract space. And what you'll find, I know Harry says, it's actually really hard to get 2%, etc. Yes, when you look at a big amorphous blob of the top 20, like I did on my things, but when you look at it properly in terms of the narrative, and I cannot stress how important that is, even though even I myself is annoyed with that word these days from hearing it so much, but it really is, when you look at the smart contract ones over here, they were 2 to 5% market share. So when you're looking at BNB, Cardano, Solana, etc., it was very easy for those because the smart contracts platform was the narrative, and they hit the 2 to 5%. And again, in this market, though the big AI coins, whether it be Render as well, I don't know, but BitTenter is going to be probably the biggest chunk of that. You're going to be looking at, in my opinion, something like 2 to 10% of the market share. And that is why I'm saying this is such a pessimistic number for BitTenter, being 2% of the whole market cap. And realistically, I'm doing personal modeling to at least 5% of the whole market share. And so, yeah, and then that, I won't be putting this online, but just to give you an idea, if let's say we're using that power law for Bitcoin at 200k and we're getting something like a 11.66 trillion total market cap. That's 606. Yeah, there we go. 5% of that is 583k, and then you divide it by the circulating supply of BitTenter on the 1st of December 2025. You're looking at 55k BitTenter. So, which, whoopsie, 55 from where we are now at, what was it, 655? It's an 84x. It is just ridiculous. I even myself struggle to get my head around that. If anyone 84x's their money, it's a massive freaking deal. Even if you start with 10 grand or 10 pounds, and 84x is huge. But yeah, this is why I say publicly the 2% is really pessimistic.